Hi there, Internet. My name's Court, and you've got courtside seats for my review of Avengers: Infinity War. Let's do it! Avengers: Infinity War is the culmination of 10 years of filmmaking in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and functions as the climax to the better part of 18 previous films. It's an action-adventure fantasy flick from directors Joe and Anthony Russo and Marvel Studios. The movie stars a whole bunch of people. Take a look. The Avengers and their allies must be willing to sacrifice all in an attempt to defeat the powerful Thanos before his blitz of devastation and ruin puts an end to the universe. First off, I gotta say that synopsis from IMDb is perfect. Not a word wasted. I'm gonna say right off the top, I thought Avengers: Infinity War was awesome, and it really is an impressive feat of filmmaking. The Russos did a marvelous job of bringing together so many characters, so many storylines, weaving them all together and not allowing it to turn into a complete jumbled mess. Now, they do struggle with a little bit of problems with that, but we'll get to that later. First, we gotta talk about Thanos. Thanos is an amazing villain, and I would argue easily one of the best in the MCU. And one of the reasons for that is that he's really well-rounded. Despite being this kind of cosmic titan, he has very human traits. Passion, sorrow, regret, hubris. As you've seen in the trailers, we get a flashback to when he first adopts Gamora when she's a little girl, and it's like a genuinely tender scene. And he's not killing for the sake of evil. We absolutely understand his motivations for doing what he's doing. He's also played wonderfully by the excellent Josh Brolin, and the CGI on Thanos is really, really good. One thing this movie did great is, unlike Black Panther, which was mostly a pretty serious movie with a little bits of levity here and there, and unlike Thor Ragnarok, which had serious dramatic stakes but was straight up a comedy film, this movie, considering it's such a heavy movie, it does have plenty of really good laughs that ease the tension right when it's necessary. It really hits that line of being dramatic and funny at the same time, blending them together beautifully. Now, like I said, they do run into a couple of problems just because the cast is so huge, and while almost every character has at least one or two moments to shine, some of them did feel like afterthoughts. Now, the Russos, I think, did about as good of a job as anybody could have possibly done with weaving this all together, blending it, and making it seamless, but there were characters I would have liked to have seen more of. Then again, the movie would have been 3 hours long. Having said that, at 2.5 hours, this movie is very well paced. 2.5 hours fly by. I want to talk about some standout characters aside from Thanos. Thor is awesome in this movie. I liked the first Thor. I couldn't get through the second Thor. I loved Ragnarok, but he's never been one of my favorite characters. He's awesome here. I really like Spidey in this movie, and Tom Holland really gets to flex his acting muscles in the third act. Does a really great job. Aside from those two, I think Scarlett Witch and Gamora were both really strong characters in this flick. I loved the bromance between Thor and Rocket. That was fantastic. Also Doctor Strange, and I only recently watched the Doctor Strange flick, and I thought it was okay, but I wasn't too into it. Doctor Strange kicks ass in this movie. He did some really cool stuff towards the end. Now I want to talk about hero moments. So in my head, when I define a hero moment is when somebody's probably about to die, it's looking really bad, and then from off screen we'll hear some kind of badass line like, "You bet your bottom dollar." Nobody says that in this movie. Nobody says that ever. And then they reveal the hero and they save the day, and it's awesome. There are a lot of those in this movie because there are a lot of heroes in this movie. Problem is, some of them are really good and some of them are really kind of not. There were a couple where I was like, oh, okay, so you're, okay, cool. And other ones were like so epic I had chills. My only other gripes with this movie, some of the CGI and the really fast-paced battle scenes, some of it doesn't look amazing. None of it is horrible like The Rock and the Scorpion King or anything like that, but some of it is a little bit dodgy, particularly when compared to the stunning rendering on Thanos. Also, the battle scenes use a little bit too much shaky cam for my taste. I think shaky cam has its place, but I think it's overused in this movie. Aside from that, I think some people will be very frustrated by the way this film ends. I loved the way this movie ended, but I think some people will be frustrated, will be wanting more. Yes, there is a post-credit sequence all the way at the end of the credits, so stick around for that if that's your thing. Obviously, I loved this movie. Big fan. I have a couple little problems with it, but I loved it. I want to see it again. Now, I don't have a proprietary rating system as of yet, so I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to give Avengers: Infinity War. And I think I'm going to give Avengers: Infinity War a... out of 10. So now I want to know, have you seen Avengers: Infinity War? What did you think about it? If you can, leave spoilers out of the comments, just to be safe. Not everyone's seen it yet. But go into the comments, tell me what you thought of the movie. What's your favorite MCU movie of the entire thing thus far? Whatever your thoughts in the comments below, let's discuss. If you enjoyed this review, please smash that like button and give it a share if you really enjoyed it. And hey, why not take a second, do me a favor, click subscribe to my channel for more movie reviews, entertainment news, trailer reactions, all that good stuff. You can do so by clicking the Court Shake logo at the bottom right of your screen. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.